Hey, it's Tim here. In 23.1, you can now connect to files that I shared with you inside of Google Drive. Let's get stuck in. So here I am in Tableau Desktop. We're going to do this with Tableau Prep and Tableau Desktop. It works in both. So let's go ahead, connect to Google Drive. And when you go ahead and do this, what actually happens is it launches a browser pop-up window which asks you to log into Google. That's what's happening here. And as soon as it pops up, you can just go ahead, choose the correct Google account. I have quite a few. And then we're going to select allow. That gives Tableau permission to essentially access the Google Drive folder. Once that's done, you can go ahead and close this window, go back to Tableau, and you'll see that we get a little window. And the key thing here is the shared with me tab here. So I believe previously we did have shared drives, but shared with me is what's new here. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and shared a couple of data sets with myself. You can see that I have this folder here, ENGBEU, mockdata.csv, and sample spreadsheet. Now this ENGBEU is actually the sample data that comes with Tableau Desktop. If I go ahead and open it, you can see everything that is normally in that folder is here, and it just gives you a flavor of what you can actually connect to. So I can connect to an Excel file, which is the two files you can see here. I can't connect to a hyperfile inside of Google Drive. I don't know what the technicalities are behind that. I don't know what the issue is. It might be that Google Drive doesn't support some sort of capability that way, but nonetheless, you can connect to an Excel file, a CSV file. If I go back to my sample data set here, you can see there's a CSV file there. I've shown you an Excel file, and this file here is actually a Google Sheet. So I'll actually go ahead and connect to the Google Sheet. I'll scroll down here, select connect, and as soon as we hit connect, we are pretty much good to go. I love in the new release, we get these little tips as we sort of have these loading experiences. Whoever added that is an absolute genius. Love it. And so here you can see I'm connected to my file inside of Google Sheet, and we can pretty much work with it as we normally do. We could bring in another sheet, do the data model. Everything you'd expect to do is actually possible. And the nice thing here is that it's actually persisting a live connection here. So I always wonder, like, what's the sort of pipeline behind that? I wonder how Google, Tableau, and Excel and CSVs all work in that sort of weird setup. So nonetheless, this is super cool to see. If I switch over to Tableau Prep, actually that's a browser window, switch over to Tableau Prep, select connect to data, that opens up the side pane. From the side pane, we can then go ahead to Google Drive, exactly the same setup, and select our account again. I'll select the account that I've shared the files with. Once that's done, you can just go back to Tableau Prep. Same again, shared with me, and you just want to go ahead and connect to a sample data file. And you can see here we've got the same files. This time I'll select a CSV file, just so you can see something different. Select connect. And once that is ready to go, you can see that the CSV file has been loaded. It's actually the same data, but just a different file format. And we can work with that as you normally would. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Just note that there's a couple of new features inside of this release. The first one, which doesn't seem to be working here, is it's not allowing me to maintain the row number if the CSV file is explicitly in Google Drive. However, if I go ahead and connect to this file directly, so if we go ahead and select the text file, go to my downloads, let's go to the mock data here. Let's go make sure this is sorted. Yeah, that's a CSV file. This is exactly the same data. When I connect to that, you see we do get the source row number. So just a little quirk there, if you're connecting to a CSV file that's held in Google Drive, that small detail might escape you, and that therefore might mean that if you do need that row number, you're going to need to sort of have that file locally. But nonetheless, still great quality of life improvement. With this first connection, we still get the nice capability to select multiple rows. That's also new in 23.1. And if we had a date in here, we could also filter using that. So a really nice couple of changes. That's pretty much it. That's the feature in a nutshell. You can also do this in web edit. This is a connector. So essentially the connector gets updated throughout the platform. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.